Hey guys, so tonight I wanted to show you a little bit about how to use the heraldic cube. We're just going to do an exploration of it. I'm not going to focus on any specific thing you can do. I'm just going to show you a wide range of things you can do to get an idea of what the heraldic cube does. So first thing I'll show you, one of the neatest things is that you can make a basic item. So even the ones that are lowest on the scale that you don't think are good, you can make into a unique. All you need is enhanced primordial dust and raw primordial dust, and these materials drop pretty regularly. The enhanced primordial dust is more in the higher torment levels, but you can still get some. So we select upgrade to unique, and then we click transmute, and that gives us something that I did not expect to get. We have a greater ancestral, even though it's only 1 star. And it says you are always berserking. You'll take 200% increased damage as burning over 8 seconds. While burning, berserking grants an additional 120% increased damage. That is a good deal. So we're going to go ahead and do some work with that in a bit. But first, let's continue to show you what we can do. Then you can take mythic items, and you can re-roll the unique power. You can do this with any unique item. So we're going to go ahead and re-roll it. Oops. Usually what it'll do is it'll change the affix that you get. Usually one that's a better example of that. So, right now we have Rupture, very emphasized. We click Unique Power Reroll to see if we can get something better. And it went up. It went up from 90% to 93%. So, a marginal benefit, but still something that's better than what we had. Then, every item that is rare, it might have something you like. Like, for example, I'm using a lot of critical strike damage multipliers on my items. You can see I've really emphasized that. Now, this item is still not good enough to replace what I have so far, but it would have about 3 days ago had the critical strike damage and the fire damage that I'm looking to emphasize. Now, if I want to add something like damage over time, I can risk it and re-roll. So I select re-roll. Here's our materials for that. And we see if we get lucky. Here we go. And we did not get lucky. We lost the one of the main affixes on the item that make it good. But all's not lost. So we can go to remove affix. Do that multiple times until we get it to a basic item, and then we can go from ground zero and see if we can get something good that way. Alright, a lot of maximum life. That's pretty good, but not necessarily what I want for this build. We have a fire damage multiplier, that's pretty good. Strength, that's also really good. Especially for Barbarian, that's your main stat that you want to buff. Alright, so we tried, we really didn't do it. We could do this ad nauseum, really, with this item, and see what we get. But for now, we're going to move to the next thing. Alright, so we come over here, we can place 3 of these in. It's 3 of the same unique item or charm. We can recycle it. And this gave us a different version of the item. It was marginally better, with weapon damage, strength, physical damage, and death blow emphasized. Now, I do not have the seasonal mechanic on hand at the moment, but what you can do with this new mythic system that they have put into place is if you have Pandemonium fragments, you can upgrade it to a mythic. It'll be a mythic of the same item slot. It will not be the same item. That's maybe one of the drawbacks of it, but if you're willing to roll the dice, it's a good thing to do. Now, another thing we can do, go to your consumables. You'll notice we've gathered Exquisite Blood, Living Steel, Adjudicator's Mask, Distilled Fear. These are all things that used to get you in to fight lair bosses, but now what they're used for is amalgamation into unique items. And I believe they go 5 at a time, so I use 5 of the Exquisite Blood, I get a Field of Crimson, X-Falls Corroded Signet, another Fields of Crimson, Twin Strikes, another Fields of Crimson, and another Sword. And once we run out, you see we have all of our items that we got. So it's a good way to just kind of farming those consumables and then farming the items that you want to see what you can get. We'll do that one more time with the Living Steel. This is really a good thing to have, because if you don't have the keys to go fight a lair boss, you can still see if you can get a good selection of their equipment from the cube itself. Before we keep going, I'm gonna get rid of some of this so we have room.
That's it for that piece. To break another's work.
Something that you see, if you see this little extra light on the item bar, it's probably good to keep that because I believe that is the only thing that you can use to upgrade to a mythic. It has to be an ancestral unique to be able to upgrade to mythic. Let me see if I'm right on that. Okay, I am not correct on that. I'm glad to know that. Because I was under the impression it had to be ancestral to be able to go to mythic. I will keep clearing this out.
That's it for that piece. Taken apart, melted down.
So in the past, you had to go over to the occultist to be able to look at an item and put a legendary affix on it. No longer do you have to do that. We're going to take one more shot at changing this item a bit. And we're going to get this from basic, common item, all the way up to legendary. So we'll see if we can get some good affixes. Strength, good. Life on kill, we'll take it. Maximum life, we'll take it. All damage multiplier, very good. Then we upgrade to legendary by simply selecting that. You need pure primordial dust, you can transmute, and it'll give you a legendary affix. What's cool about this is it might be an affix that you haven't had in your occultist codex. So that can be very useful to have. So we've taken that all the way to the top. We'll go ahead and store it, along with a few other things. Now we're going to take an item, and we're we're going to go through the process showing you what to do equipment-wise. First, you add the affix that you want. We'll go with damage. Then you upgrade it. For that, you need Baleful Fragments and Obdusite. That can be found now it can be found in the Infernal Hordes if you select that on your war plans, but mainly in Nightmare Dungeons. And we click Upgrade. It'll give it that Masterwork that we want. And that is when you then take it to the jeweler if you want to add some jewels, or you take it to the Heraldric Cube to transfigure. You do not want to transfigure it early. You want to wait till you've done everything else to it, because usually transfigure makes it unmodifiable after the transfiguration. So we select transfigure to see if we can add anything. Good. And it gave us something pretty good. 353 strength is pretty darn amazing. Let's see if that's actually better than what we have equipped. It's even an ancestral that I have equipped right now. Let's see if it's better. Not by a long shot. And the reason for that is it isn't ancestral, and it doesn't have that buff of 240 all stats. So simply not good enough. So we'll go put that away if we want to do something to it later. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Click store, store, and store. Another thing you can do is you can focus on specific items and specific stats in the item. To do that, you need aggressive tuning prisms, protectors tuning prisms. They target mobility and utility, offensive, defensive. Different prisms focus in on different things. So it's always good to have. Alright, so that's basically what we do. We take some time to look through the Heraldric Cube, see what recipes we have. One thing I would love to show you, but I can't yet,
To the Iris.
is that if you get, I believe it's 3 Grand Amethysts, or 3 of a diamond. And if you're listening right now, correct me if I'm wrong if you know this, but you can amalgamate from Grand into Heraldric, which will give you much better stats. Can't do that with the Royal Flawless, Shipped, Crude. You have to have the Grand. It's another amazing thing about the cube. Let's see if I'm missing anything else that might be good to share. Alright, it's about as much as we'll run down on the cube for now. I'll clip this and put it on the channel if you want to come back to it later and get some help. Might be something to look into. Oh, hello there. Thank you for being here. Doing well, enjoying the game, having a good time. Pretty new to streaming, but I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it. And if I can give you something that you enjoy and something that helps you, then more the better. Thanks for the chat. We'll pin the messages. You are the first person who's actually left a chat. There was Demented Denominator WF2, but I don't know if that was a person or bot. But thank you for being here. Thank you for chatting and for watching. I'm gonna try to do something interesting for you who are watching, which is now one of you. So, hello, Eveline. We're going to attempt the Lilith fight, just for fun. And then after that, depending upon the outcome or whatever, we're going to call it for the night on the Diablo 4 stream. But something you need to be able to do the Lilith fight. I've beaten her before, but something you absolutely have to have is the Endurant Faith Glove, or the Melted Heart of Zalik. Something that transfers damage to your resource or distributes the damage over a longer period of time. So, we'll equip that, even though it lowers our stats a little bit. It's useful to have because it distributes the damage. And we will go give you some entertainment watching me get my cheeks clapped by Lilith, which is more than likely what's going to happen. It is more than likely what is going to happen. This is an action RPG. Diablo formed the genre. They were instrumental. It is story-based, but when you get to the end game, you run through dungeons, pits, all kinds of things to buff your stats and get better. Here we go. Let's see how this goes.
Not ready.
100% respect on the especially if you're into, especially if you're into RPG style games, stuff that has high fantasy elements, high fantasy by any means. Lord of the Rings is more high fantasy. But it has its own specific lore history, and it's been around since the 90s. It's really developed a big fan base. Sure, yeah, you got it. Let's see. There, is that any better? Took the application audio and turned that down a bit. Let me turn up my mic too. There we go. Let me know if that's a little better. Thanks for the feedback there. All right, we're gonna try again. We're probably gonna get destroyed, but we'll give it another try.
Not ready yet.
The problem with this boss is she has multiple one-hit kill mechanics that are not fun to deal with. Oh dear, almost got me. Now we're still close.
Not ready yet. Just in time. Oh dear. Very close. Not ready yet.
And this is only the first phase. She has a second phase that is even more difficult. These potions. Here come the one-hit kills. Likely. No. A little bit lucky that she's doing this. close. Well, that is essentially what we are able to do. We need to buff our defense more armor, and health. But yeah, I'm from the U.S. Specifically the southern region of the U.S. How about you? EU, U.S. You're actually the first person who has come into the chat room and spoken. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. It's good to actually have some human contact. But yeah, we've had a few other people in here, but they've been regularly pretty silent. Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Well, that is about all we're going to focus in on tonight. I hope the Heraldric Cube stuff helped out, gave you a little bit of data on whenever you get into the game, which I hope you do, how to beat Echo of Lilith. Thank you again for being here. That is about all I plan to do tonight on Diablo 4. So this is me signing off. If you want to hear more, feel free to follow. I'm going to go to your channel right now, and I'm going to click follow as well. Let me see, yeah. Going to follow you as well. Let me get out of there. There we go. Yeah, I do have Discord. Let me tell you the name of it. I don't recall my name. Let's see. Okay, yeah. It is Old Maxim. Thank you much. I appreciate that. Yeah, and you gained a follower too, so take some time, get into your own streaming, and I'll come listen to you sometime. Let me see here. I'm gonna add you. Add by username Aveline. Mave. Aveline _ Mave 1. Let me make sure I'm spelling it right. Yeah. Tell me what the username is. I don't think it's going through as Aveline Mave 1. Old Maxim is what you do. Oh, there you go. And were you able to actually request me? I'm curious, because I'm curious how my Discord is being dealt with right now. Hold on. If Old Maxim doesn't work, try this. That might actually work. Yeah, if Old Maxim doesn't work, try BodyBox69. That is my old Xbox handle from literally ages ago, before I transferred it to Max for short. So try body box 69, see if that gets through. I'm looking to see if I see it here. 3 received. Oh, there you are. Maveline Mave. Awesome. There we go. We've achieved something tonight. We have used our technology usefully. This is awesome. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for listening and for connecting. I appreciate that. Alright, and with that, this is Max signing off. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I mean that. Come back anytime, and we will be back on it probably tomorrow night for a same amount of time as well. I typically try to keep the streams a bit short. One day I might do a big long play, like, you know, play through a game in one sitting, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Alright, have a good night, or good morning, depending upon what side of the country you are on. Alright, bye-bye.